I'm going to drain some of this fuel out of here and then ratio it and let it sit and see if it's got water in it. If I can get to this clamp over here. Kind of spun around where you can't get to it. Since this is a vacuum operated pump, you're going to have to kick the motor over a couple of times. Get a little bit of fuel out of there. I don't know if it's enough to see if it's got water in it. You want to put it in a pretty clear container and get enough in there to where you can see it and let it sit for a little while undisturbed. So it'll separate the water and the gas will separate from sitting there. Or if it's cloudy looking, you can tell right off. Can't see nothing out here yet, other than I got some fuel in the bottom of the cup there. Okay. Got a little bit in there, not really enough. So I'm going to pop the line off up here before the petcock. Put a whatever you call these things are. Forceps. I'm going to put that on the line so all the gas doesn't leak out as soon as I take it off. And that one there is right there on this side of the petcock. Fuel valve, whatever you want to call it. I call it a petcock. Always have. Probably always will. That's probably enough gas right there. Now we're just going to let our battery charge up and check this thing for water. Probably drain the carburetor too, drain the float bowl just to make sure. And it's easier for me to take the card on than it is to go up underneath of it, try to get to that screw that's on the side of the float bowl and drain it. And spend more time trying to get down on the ground to get to that thing than taking the carb off. Doesn't help much. I'm about blind, so I can't really see that stuff anymore. Them little screws. Loosen them up a little bit more. Yeah, it's got water in the gas. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the tank out, finish charging the battery up, and put some fresh gas in it and see why it ain't charging. Hopefully it's just the regulator and not the stator going bad. We'll see. All right, this is part one. I'll do part two tomorrow. If you like my content, share, subscribe, like, all that jazz. Always working on something. Don't know what it'll be. Motorcycle, tractor, generator, car, truck, rototiller, wood chipper, whatever. Stay tuned. Hit the like, share, subscribe button, comment if you want to, all that jazz. Appreciate it. All right, while I'm draining the gas out, I pulled the spark plug out of this thing. It's wet fouled, like water. So I got one here. I'm going to go ahead and slap the plug in there too while I'm at it. Doesn't hurt. Looks clean, looks brand new, but you can't really tell in the picture. It's got had water on the tip of it a little bit. So we'll see. Let me go find that plug. Now after you drained all the gas out of it, it's still draining on this thing. Got a little bit left in there. You're going to want to take and use your compressed air and blow the tank out really good before you put everything back together. Just to make sure there ain't no water left in there. This carburetor, this is a newer style carb. It's got what they do is that these screws, they screw them in and they're Loctite, and then the heads bust off so you can't get them out. It's a pain in the butt. Also, it's fixed jet, so there's no air fuel screw on it. If you wanted to adjust the air fuel screw, there is no adjustment. It's fixed. So at that point, you'd have to pop the bowl off, drill the screws out, pop the bowl off. And if you wanted to jet it, you'd have to change the intermediate jet size. I'm not going through all that. You know, it might be, they might have an air fuel screw in here, but it might be up under the cap here, because if you look inside the tube where the air fuel screw usually is, it's just a big hole with nothing in it. It's blocked off. So chances are up under there might be air fuel screw, but I'm not taking it apart to do that. Brand new, stock exhaust, stock air cleaner, stock everything. Usually I'll pop the cap off of there, drill the cap out, and then reset the air fuel screw to 1.5 turns, but there's no adjustment on this one. So you're kind of screwed there. You have to buy a little cheapy replacement performance carb, I guess. How they mass produce the things, they ain't but probably $30 for a carburetor or something like that, if that much. I've seen them for $15, $20. But hopefully there ain't nothing wrong with your carburetor. There's nothing wrong with this one. It runs. It just had water in it. And water, spark plug, and that's about it. And these things, they'll do pretty decent if you keep the valves adjusted on them and keep water out of the gas tank. And keep all the bolts tight. And keep belts on them. Keep the cables lubed. Check the charging system. I don't even know where the regulator is on this one. It's probably up under the front here somewhere. I don't see it. Ignition switch wiring. Horn. Oh, there it is right there. That's your regulator right there on the front. So if I have to test it, I'll probably test it right there. See what I got coming in there. If I ain't got nothing coming out of the stator, have to put a stator in it. Hopefully it's just a regulator. Or maybe it's just a loose connection somewhere too. I'll check that out. But batteries, it's coming up 13.3. Maybe we'll charge it tonight or the rest of the day and check it tonight and see how we do. Still got to find that other spark plug. I had it in a kit for something else. Probably that little four-wheeler over there because it came in a bundle with that stuff. And I'd already gotten another plug for it, an NGK plug. Because I don't know what these things say. Some Chinese plug, I think Torch or something like that is what comes in them. So if I got one of those, I'll just pop that in there. Another option too. If you go to Harbor Freight or someplace like that, they got a little spark plug cleaner that's basically just a little sandblaster. Pop the plug in there, hit the button, and that's it. Clean it. But I got another plug here I'm going to use. I'll save this like other plugs. I usually save them and clean them for later on. But that's about it. All right, bye-bye. I'll bring it back when I do more stuff to it.